What if I told you the most devastating war in the Muslim world isn't between Islam and the West? What if the real war, the one that has torn nations apart, toppled governments, and buried generations, has been fought within Islam itself? This is not a war of borders. It's a war of memory, of identity, of belief. And it began with a funeral. In the year 632 CE, the Prophet Muhammad died, and with him, the unity of the Muslim community began to fracture. Who would lead? Who had the right to carry the Prophet's legacy? Some said it should be Abu Bakr, the Prophet's closest companion. Others said it must be Ali, his cousin and son-in-law. That disagreement, political at first, hardened over centuries into something far more dangerous. It became theological, then tribal, then bloody. Today, we call it the Sunni-Shia divide. But that phrase doesn't capture the depth of the wound. It doesn't explain the mass graves in Iraq, the bombed-out mosques in Syria, the starving children in Yemen, the fear that lives in the eyes of a mother crossing a checkpoint, praying her name doesn't betray her sect. This is not just history, it's now. In Iraq, the fall of Saddam Hussein unleashed a storm. A Sunni dictator toppled, a Shia majority rising, and in the vacuum, chaos, insurgents, militias, ISIS. In Syria, a peaceful protest turned into a civil war. Iran backed the regime, Saudi Arabia backed the rebels. And the people? They were caught in the middle, bombed, gassed, starved. In Yemen, a forgotten war raged. A Shia militia took the capital, a Sunni coalition responded with fire, and the poorest country in the Arab world became a graveyard for children. But this war isn't just fought with guns. It's fought in sermons, in textbooks, in hashtags. In some countries, children are taught that the other sect is deviant, that their rituals are wrong, that their history is a lie. On social media, preachers with millions of followers spread hate in the name of God. Algorithms amplify the anger, and the divide grows deeper. But here's the truth. This war is not inevitable. It is not divine. It is not Islam. It is power, dressed in the robes of religion. And yet, there is hope. In 2023, something unexpected happened. Saudi Arabia and Iran, bitter rivals for decades, shook hands. They agreed to restore diplomatic ties, to de-escalate, to talk. In Yemen, a ceasefire held. In Iraq, tensions cooled. In Lebanon, dialogue resumed. It wasn't peace, but it was a pause, a breath. And in that breath, something stirred. Across the Muslim world, a new generation is rising. They are tired of the blood, tired of the slogans, tired of being told who to hate. They want jobs, not jihad, dignity, not dogma. They want to build, not bury. In Baghdad, young Sunnis and Shias are rebuilding neighborhoods together. In Beirut, artists are painting murals of unity. In London and Toronto, Muslim communities are crossing sectarian lines to pray, to marry, to dream. They remember what the clerics forgot, that Islam is not a sword, it is a mercy, that the Prophet wept for his enemies, that Hussein died for justice, not vengeance, that Ali forgave those who betrayed him. They are reclaiming their faith, their future. This is the story of Islam versus Islam, a story of pain, yes, but also of resistance, of memory, of redemption. It is the story of a war that began with a funeral and could end with a choice. Because if this war was made by men, it can be unmade by men. And the first step is to understand it. I have written a complete book titled Islam versus Islam, How a 1400-year divide became the war tearing nations apart. The book is a reckoning, a mirror, a call to conscience. I will leave the link in the comment section so that you can get a copy. If you've ever wondered why the Middle East burns, why Muslims fight Muslims, why peace feels so far away, this book will show you. Not just what happened, but why it still matters and what must come next. Ready to uncover the truth? Click the link below. Get your copy and start the journey, because the war within Islam doesn't have to be forever.